crazy.
There was like something crackled there. What was that?
Tammy's headphones.
My headphones flopped.
Oh, okay. So I have to make sure I turn my mic
job,
up,
Joe.
or my headphones up just a little loud. It keeps me
Joe,
from
looking out
talking
for
as
people.
loud.
Got it.
Yeah, yes.
All right, we're live
I'm
on
a-
But see, I
Facebook.
love you loud. That's what makes you so great.
Well, I appreciate that, but you didn't love me loud today.
Well, this is true. Yeah, you were a little too loud today. You kept interrupting the production.
I was laughing, and
It's hard to believe, Devin
and
interrupted.
so the problem is Matthew is so much nicer than Rick is.
Rick is our director.
Yeah.
And he just was
Rick
not having
would be
it.
saying all of the 7 dirty words that you can't say on
He
television.
yells at you in British.
I can hear you. Something into the microphone.
Thing
Wow.
and
Oh. Something into the microphone.
Something into the
Some
microphone.
relief from the heat.
something into the microphone.
Hello, Joe.
Oh, I skipped you.
One more time. Hello, Joe.
Something in the microphone.
Nice. Ooh,
Tammy
radio
had to be
voice.
different.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
How about that?
40
All right.
seconds. Oh, man.
Speak
So
now.
you guys aren't going to be talking to me now. It'll be later, right?
Who
I mean,
knows?
we will acknowledge that you exist because
Oh,
that would
thank
be
you.
really rude of us not to.
Matthew. What's
Yeah.
your last name, Matthew?
Hallman, Hallman.
Oh, man.
A Hall and a man.
All right. That's a cool name. It sounds like
Not
a...
bad.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be named Matthew May or Matt May. I don't know why. There was a kid in grammar school that had that name, and I always wanted it.
All right.
I can't tell you why, but
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah, I had a guy that I wanted his name. Let's do it.
131 West Broad Street in Statesville.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Purple Heart Homes presents Putting the Pieces Back Together, a forum for veterans and the community to connect. Here are your hosts, veterans John Gallina and Brad Borders.
Is that Brad Borders or Bradshaw Borders?
Oh, it could be Bradshaw. It could be Bradshaw, considering that's my name. Considering that's name. You know, I had to have a mole frozen off of my arm.
That is an interesting way to open
Yep,
the show.
I was figuring I'd start
Let's
rambling.
talk about that. Why,
Let's talk about
why did
that.
that
I had a little
happen?
mole. You know, well, I had cancer
no.
about 30 years ago. Had melanoma, and you know that can kill you. So, like a good human being, I follow my wife's instructions. You'll go to the dermatologist every year, and so I do. And they found something, and she froze it with this little canister of freezy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Froze it right
Today.
Nope,
Oh, it's
yesterday.
yesterday.
But it's a little askew. I've got this thing on my arm. But I just want everybody to know it's summertime. You're outside. You're getting a lot of sun. You want to make sure you keep an eye on your body because melanoma will kill you.
Oh, yeah.
It will
yeah.
absolutely kill you. So keep a check on yourself. Watch those moles. If it looks weird, go have it frozen.
That's frozen off, yeah. So
Let
the
it go.
only cure for the sun is the ice. Is that what you're telling
That is
me?
incorrect. That is correct. And with that, welcome to Putting the Pieces Back Together, presented by Purple Heart Homes and a whole host of sponsors. You can find out what we do for veterans, solving housing issues for them each and every day at phhusa.org. And we have an awesome show
Oh, yeah, we do.
on tap. Exciting guests on the show today.
Multiple guests.
Are we gonna, since John's not here, are we gonna do? He's on a secret mission somewhere across some water.
Super secret.
Yeah. Are we gonna have like, is our mode today gonna be like NPR mode? Are we gonna do that?
I do not like the NPR.
You don't
I don't
like
know
the
why.
NPR
You
mode?
can't
That's-
do it, NPR.
You know what? When they start syndicating us, we'll do NPR. mode.
I mean, and we bring crafts in, bring crafts and different types of food.
Oh,
you
no,
know.
I'm good with
Yeah.
that. Fat boy
Oh,
likes to eat.
wow,
you know,
that's
so
a
I didn't get this
charcuterie
figure.
board. You have to be able to say charcuterie if you're going to have an NPR style show.
Oh,
or should we just go back to our normal nonsense?
Yes.
I mean, I think
My
that
wife voted for normal nonsense.
Nonsense.
normal nonsense.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's not scared away all of our
We've had
listeners
0
yet,
days
so-
since our last nonsense show. So
That is true. And I mean, why start now?
why start now? Hey, well, why don't you tell everybody who's on the show today, and that
Well-
would be fantastic.
Well, we've got two great guests today. We've got our very own VHOP project manager, Leah Gutierrez.
You said it wrong.
I said it wrong.
Say it, Leah.
Leah Gutierrez.
See? You got to do it like that.
I
I
have to
can't
say
roll
with
my
a-
R's though, but
I have to say with an accent?
Yeah,
I don't have that accent.
You have to
It's
say
not
it
my
like,
accent.
I had I had a friend, a friend of mine. He would like talk normal English until he got to a Spanish word, and then he would just go full on Spanish with the Spanish word. And when he would be, he's like, "Yeah, I took this trip to Costa Rica." It was like normal English cadence, and then as soon as he got to a Spanish word, it's like he was from there.
Like that.
Costa
what's
Rica.
The people on the Food Network when they're saying mozzarella or.
Mozzarella.
I'm like, why are you doing that?
Mozzarella.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
Leah Gutierrez.
speaking of TV, we also have Matthew Hallman from Military Makeover.
Wow, and the crowd went wild.
I did get that name right. That was a little
did?
easier to say. Yeah. I think that's the first time I've ever gotten a guest's name right. Is it?
Hey, Joe, mark that on the calendar.
Yes.
First time Devin ever got a guest name right. Thank you very much. July 18th. Okay, very good. Awesome.
So I
Only
think we're
took
gonna-
over 100 episodes.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And I only said one naughty word in that entire 100 episodes. So it was great.
Only
Very nice.
All
Yeah.
right. Thanks,
Yeah.
George Carlin. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Good
that.
skill
So, welcome to the show, Matthew, and thanks for being here. We're going to get to Leah here in a minute, but we're going to talk about Military Makeover is happening in our community right now, and we've been sharing some stories, and you were telling us a little bit about your background, and you've been in, as they say on the Andy Griffith Show, the show business for a minute.
I have been in show business for a minute. You know, my first job was when I was 16 and a half, actually. And I was starting to intern at Fox. It used to be called Metro Media Square, and I was hired to feed Joan Rivers' dog at the Late Show. Hey, don't
love
laugh.
that.
That's incredible.
Don't laugh. Don't
Love
laugh.
it.
$350 a week back in the day. I
That
was
was a-
rich.
Great.
You-
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No
I
kidding,
was
yeah.
rich.
And you were hanging out with Joan Rivers and her dog.
Her dog, her daughter, her husband, and a lot of other celebrities right
What kind of
through
dog
the door.
did she have?
You know, I'm trying to remember. It was one of those foofy dogs.
Yeah,
you know?
little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really,
Probably
but a
wore
good job.
clothes. It's a dog
Yeah.
with clothes,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
well, sometimes, yeah. You know, I only got paid to feed him, though, not to take him out for walks.
Are you
was somebody
serious?
else.
Somebody else did that.
So your entire job
I'm
was
just
to
joking on that one. I'm just joking
I
on
was
that
like,
one.
dang.
Had a whole staff for the dog.
Well, he had to
The
like
dog
prepare
walker.
the meal and cook it and serve it on with
They
a
had
napkin.
the dog had a lot of PTSD, so the dog had a service person.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
she had somebody to do every single thing for her. It was pretty amazing.
No kidding.
But what an honor to work for her.
Yeah.
You know, she's a legend, and
Of course.
very, very sad when she, passed away. Very
Yeah.
untimely
Yeah.
death.
And
Yeah.
hilarious, too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she was the first female in late night talk show history.
Yeah.
You know, she sort of paved the way for Chelsea Handler and some of the other
Oh, yeah,
ones.
yeah.
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 So it was a good way to start a career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the show business, if
In
you
the
will.
show
The show business.
And just so you know, I didn't have any family in the show business arena. So I like broke in on my own.
You broke the glass ceiling.
I did break the glass
That's
ceiling.
awesome.
And from there, it was just onward.
So
to
tell us about,
movies.
what does the path from there to here look like?
You know, I went from there to, do you remember Lorimar Studios that did Perfect Strangers,
Yeah.
Hogan Family, Family Matters?
Yeah, right.
I worked on all of those as a PA.
Right.
Then
Was
I
it,
ran
not a
script-
physician's assistant.
No, a production assistant.
Okay,
But
all
I
right.
did run scripts.
Okay.
And so I was kind of important, but I also worked the longest because writers were redoing scripts well into the late hours. But I got to meet Penny Marshall.
What?
Which was amazing.
Laverne.
Yeah, Laverne.
Oh.
And then Bronson Pinchot, who was Balky on Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
He's still around. Oh, yeah, Sandy
He was
Duncan.
also in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes,
Yeah, he was. Just the new one
The
that
new one
just
too,
out.
yeah.
Have you watched it?
I have
We
not
watched
seen
We
part of
watched
it.
part of it. We haven't
Oh,
finished.
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
I was blown away. It was
Didn't even
sort
know
of
it was out.
old school with new school.
Yeah.
It was really well done.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy, I met Eddie.
What?
Yeah, because after Joan left, I worked for Arsenio Hall for a number of years because he took over the show.
What?
Oh, wow.
In
Yeah.
the world?
Yeah.
Did you meet Eddie Murphy's brother, Charlie Murphy?
I might have. I can't say for sure. It's a little while
He's
ago,
a legend.
you know.
man. I know.
I don't
That's a-
think that I can make any of my favorite Charlie Murphy quotes. Like
No,
No, you cannot.
Yeah.
I
Real
think he's
stories,
hilarious.
Nope.
And I know a lot of things he said, but
That's
they're
the
not
way,
friendly for the radio.
unfortunately, though.
What, Charlie Murphy did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did not realize
like
that.
six or 7 years ago.
Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
He died way too young. Really, really funny guy. So, well, hey, we got 30 seconds to break, but I want to remind everybody that Military Makeover is happening in Mooresville. We're remodeling a Marine's house. Devin, there's just your cue.
Rob.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
And that's going on. The big reveal is going to happen on Sunday, and the whole community is invited out for that. So, hey, we're going to step away for a quick break to hear from our sponsors. Hang around. You're listening to Putting the Pieces Back Together.
Putting the Pieces Back Together. We'll be back with more of John Gallina and Brad Borders after these messages from 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
We'll go back into this,
Yeah.
and you can tell us about it.
Mics are hot. Okay.
Got it.
Hey, welcome back.
And
All
you
right.
were allowed to talk.
Yeah,
I
this
was
is
enjoying his
Yeah.
story.
I know.
It's,
It's an incredible story.
I
yeah.
know.
And I didn't even get to the best part.
We're gonna get there.
I got a
We're
lot
gonna
more
get
to
there.
talk about. I should have had the whole show. Dude.
I told you could have the show.
Well,
but,
Did you know Urkel?
I do know Urkel.
Oh my God.
Yes, I do.
oh my God.
Well, he said Family Matters, and I
that's true.
loved Urkel. I loved it.
That
Family
was the
Matters.
prime show I was
Shaquille
on.
White, right? Is that his
yeah.
name?
Jaleel White.
Jaleel
yeah.
White.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on that
Jaleel
show
White.
for what I think I did about 4 years
Yeah.
before. Then I moved over to New Line Cinema,
Oh,
and
okay.
my career really went up from there.
Yeah.
What
That's
is your
amazing.
favorite fun fact?
My favorite fun fact in my whole career, or
Yes.
just I think the moment I remember most is working on Glenn Ross, and being in a room with
Oh.
Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, Kevin Spacey,
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin, all in one room together, and it was just, I mean, especially
man.
meeting Jack Lemmon.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And then also I did Damage with Louis Malle. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's one of the best art movie directors in history, and it was pretty.
What an
That is
amazing.
awesome.
So cool.
That's
Very
incredible.
cool.
Wow. Yeah.
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, man! I mean, you go back to the '60s and '70s.
And Al Pacino, he was late. He comes running in from Las Vegas. He has a tie around his head. Oops. And he's wearing a,
Hey, so
kinda
what do you have on his
disheveled-
head?
A tie. He disappears for about 15 minutes, comes back, and he's like perfectly coiffed, ready to go. And he'd have been up for a couple days, obviously, gambling. It was wild. I have stories I could tell you. It's
Man,
crazy. Look
isn't
at
that
that.
something? Wow, that's great. So for
very
you
cool.
Facebook watchers, you're getting exclusive content.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Heavens,
true.
Lord have mercy.
Every week they do. I mean, that's why you should always do it on the Facebook or the YouTube or wherever you get the podcasts and such.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. Why do you let me on the radio? Who lets me on the
know.
radio? Well, I
I'm just
lose
looking
my,
at
like,
you in stunned disbelief.
Comic relief.
I don't.
Right.
It's just the
That's some.
hey. All right, Devin's bring. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Joe.
Joe is so loud.
It's Putting the Pieces Back Together with John Gallina and Brad Borders on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back to Putting the Pieces Back Together with Bradshaw Borders
Hey,
and me, Devil Dog Devin.
there you slipped into your radio
And
voice.
me.
Did you hear it, everyone?
Yeah, I slip
Right,
into
he
it every
does
now
that, and he
then.
did that in my office earlier
Yeah.
today. He came in and he went, "Hello, how's it going? I'm not on the radio, but
That's
I'm looking like
not
I'm on the
what you
radio."
called it earlier. What'd you call that?
I called you a corporate shill. Right. So, well, I will tell everybody this. So, Devin is he's the brand Nazi. Right? And so, if I'm wearing a garment that does not have like a Purple Heart Homes brand item somewhere stitched into it, is that what you're wearing today?
I've literally brought him a T-shirt before. I'm
He
like,
has.
hey,
Here, put that on. Put that on.
Wear this.
Yeah. I was like, what are you, like a corporate shill now? Hey, welcome back to Putting the Pieces Back Together. We got a great show. Matthew from Military Makeover, they're in town, brought the whole circus. And he's been in the show business, as they say on Andy Griffith. He's been in the show business since he was 16 and a half years old, worked for the likes of Joan Rivers, has met Al Pacino when he was wearing a tie on his head. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, it's just incredible stories. And so we were learning a little bit about your journey to Military Makeover and kind of pick up where you stopped with Al Pacino and his gambling habit.
Well, I thought you were going to cut over to our
yeah,
cut
you were
to
just
Leah
girl
now.
that's what we were supposed to be doing.
My bad.
I don't know what happened.
I was into this. I didn't have that.
I mean, I can talk forever. I don't
I didn't
mind.
have that on a thing. So
I know. I should have brought you the script, and I
don't
felt
have.
But
Yeah,
I
was
did
out
get
today,
the note for
running
the Purple Heart
shirt.
Home shirt. As
yeah,
you
did.
so
It
look,
was awesome.
he's wearing the right attire.
welcome to
Although-
unscripted Putting the Pieces Back Together. And we have Leah Gutierrez with us, right? Yeah, awesome, man. And so Leah's here. She has no ties to Joan Rivers, other than Matthew.
we think, but she does have experience in TV.
I do.
This is true.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
true.
So-
She's also a 26-year Army veteran,
7.
correct? 27. Dang it,
Gotta
I
give you
missed
that
it by
last year.
one. Yeah, I robbed you of a year, and she's been working at Purple Heart Homes since last fall. Is that correct?
7 months.
Yep, 7 months. And I will say this, I've noticed an incredible difference in our warehouse just since you've gotten there. And it's very organized looking.
Clean.
Yeah, and clean.
Yes.
And
yes.
clean. So welcome to the show.
Thank
Glad
you.
you're here. Am I back on task now?
You are back on task.
Okay. All right.
So, Leah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Gosh, no pressure.
No pressure. Why don't we start with what branch of the military were you in?
Army.
Thank you. Finally, after
Yes.
weeks of Marines.
I have green and gold blood.
You were
Yeah,
in there
that's
for a little
right.
while, though,
MP.
weren't you?
Yes.
How
What
long?
do you say? Huh?
What's that? How
so,
long?
okay, here we go. So I joined in 96.
Yeah.
Graduated high school, joined in 96. Did a little bit of guard time. Went active. Did Operation Noble Eagle at NSA. Worked the guard shacks there. And then deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. And kind of didn't do anything after 2009, 2010. Just kind of wrote it out.
Just wrote it. That was it.
Yep. I stayed under the radar. I had babies since then, so I kind of,
Yeah. You got
No.
2 awesome kids.
I do.
2 awesome boys that leave me notes from time to time. I
Yeah,
appreciate them.
I have a 9 and 7-year-old little boys.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They don't have any energy either.
No,
No.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's.
it's because you don't see them. They're running.
Yeah, that's right.
like
They
ping
are
pong and
being like
wide open.
They move so fast, you actually
Yes.
physically can't see them. Their
living
eyes can't
pinball
catch
machine.
I have a
Yeah.
Batman and Flash.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right. That's right. So, well, tell us a little bit about what your role is
So my
at
role,
Purple Heart
yep,
Homes.
my role is I'm the project manager with the Veteran Home Opportunity Program,
Yeah.
and we build tiny homes.
Mhm.
But I want to show that they are not your typical tiny home, as in you pull them behind a truck and drive them around the country.
No.
So these homes are actually modular homes. They're built inside our warehouse. They're 10 by 32, and they are delivered to the veteran and put on a foundation and tied and secured and hooked up to water, so that way they have a
Permanent
stable
dwelling.
Permanent dwelling.
Yeah.
So I
Super.
like to say that our homes provide security in 2 different ways, because the homes provide a mental security where they are taken care of. They have nothing to worry about.
Mhm.
Sorry. Because it's important that our veterans are taken care of.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
provides the physical security where
Yeah.
they have a home and they have a
Yeah.
place to lay their head at night, So I may never meet every veteran that comes and gets a home, but the heart and soul that you put into it, and the compassion you put in, and making sure that you put in well quality products, because you want these veterans to be taken care of.
Yeah, agreed.
know.
And y'all do a great job of that.
We do.
Yeah.
And it really shows that you really care about what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
And not only have you been able to do this, but my understanding is cost has went down significantly since you've been there, right?
So I was actually figuring it out. So we are about 22,000 in materials, which is
That's
almost
the total cost
in
right
just
now
materials.
in materials to build one tiny home.
Yeah, which is almost $20,000 less
Yes.
than what we were
Yeah.
doing. I mean, I have been able to partner with Desco in Statesville, Beacon in Statesville. I mean, like local companies that have been helping us with reducing the cost.
And every
giving
now
us
and again, we'll
and
get
Hughes Supply with
one of our
Fenway.
donors came by. Mike Nieder, Mike and Melissa are supporters
they're
of Purple Heart.
great,
Mike
been
came
great
by
supporters over the
and
years.
dropped off a box of electrical parts that they had left over from when they remodeled or were working on their house. It's all brand new stuff, and we delivered that box today. So we had little things like that, and
Every
then
little thing
and then
helps.
big things like partnerships with company, and that was a key word that you threw in.
partnership. Yep.
Partnership is reducing those costs, which enables us to stretch dollars. So instead of building one tiny home for X dollars, we can now build two for the same amount of dollars, which that's a win
absolutely.
on the other end. That's a win for the veteran, and it's a win for our donors because their dollars get stretched. And anytime you can stretch a dollar that someone has given you, that's a big deal.
Yep. So I will tell you a little bit about the homes. So we started our first home on the 2nd of February in 2021. And our plans are still on the floor.
Yep, I
We
remember.
use tape to outline the floor plan.
Straight masking tape on
Straight
the floor.
masking tape. And it's still there.
it's
So
there.
it shows where the bathroom and everything else. So it took I think the initial home took about 8 months to build. Bless their hearts.
Yeah.
But we did build 2 other homes in that. And so we were able to finish 3 homes in that 8 months. And it was just a learning process. I mean, we never built homes before.
Well, and then also during that time period, we had to have state inspections and stuff, right? And,
Yes. So
how's that work now?
So that's the other thing too, is our homes we have a contractor, so our homes have to meet state regulations. So our plans are approved by the NTA. And so we have state inspections, we have a quality control manager that comes in once a week and
Shoe.
Yep. Good old shoe.
Yeah.
That checks and makes sure everything's in compliance. So we still have guidelines that we have to meet, state guidelines and codes.
And it wasn't like that before. I mean, believe me, I know. I was a part of it. So I remember we were hauling tiny homes unfinished because we had to send them unfinished because you can't have covered up walls when you're having to get a local inspector on it. And so like that first tiny home went to, I believe, upstate South Carolina. And
it did. It went to.
Yeah. For was it Deborah Farley?
Yep.
Yep. Deborah got the first one. She was living in a mini barn that she bought from Home Depot.
Oh man.
And she had an old bathtub out in her front yard. And she lived way out in the country, so there were no other neighbors around. But she took her bath outside.
Holy smokes!
Yeah. And she got a tiny house and didn't have to do that anymore.
Guys, I've been there. I've seen what they're doing. Purple Heart Homes. It is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, they build it in this big warehouse and
30,000 square foot warehouse.
Yeah, it is.
So
I was blown away. I've been there a couple times now.
Yeah.
And what you guys are doing at Purple Heart Homes is unbelievable.
We can build about 5 homes right now at one time in there. And so we've built 15 so far. I actually have the numbers here.
How many you got on the floor right now?
3.
Yeah, and they're pretty close to completion, right?
Yes, in the next few weeks.
And they were just framing those a few weeks ago. So
So we got 5. These 5 homes that we have are going to Veteran Farms in Cameron. And then we have 5 more in the pipeline to go for Camp for Heroes.
Yeah.
And then we have, 7 homes have been built and delivered to Fish Street Ministries in Statesville. 8 homes have been gifted to veterans. And out of those 8 homes, 2 went to South Carolina, 1 went to Kentucky, and then 4 went to various places in North Carolina.
I remember very well the one that went to Kentucky.
Oh yeah,
So
didn't
do
you?
I.
And, was that?
So do
Tammy.
I.
It was during our anniversary, I think, when we went up there. Your birthday.
My birthday.
Yeah, I took her to Kentucky for her birthday. And
was
we worked
great.
on a tiny house for 4 days.
It was great. It was
was.
great. We
It
had a
was
great
great.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're if she's
It was
being
just
facetious.
no, I did.
Or...
I had a great time. It was just there were some weird happenings.
It was.
there.
And we met the Dos Equis most interesting man in the world.
Oh.
Was it
up
really the Dos Equis interesting
I
man?
think
in
it
the
might
world?
have been.
He was more interesting than the guy
Really?
on TV.
No kidding.
Omar. Right?
Yes.
Omar. Yeah.
I've never.
Yeah,
I
I've
have no
never met
words.
anybody. Yeah, that's a whole nother
I have
episode.
no words.
Yeah, but anyhow, that's awesome, Leah. What's your favorite part about working at Purple Heart Homes?
Helping the veterans.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
I
It
thought you
boils
were going
down
to
to
say
that.
you hanging out with
And
Devin.
hanging out. And so that's
Oh.
so fun fact.
Nobody ever says that.
That's not true.
So there are 6 people that I've worked with throughout the years that work at Purple Heart Homes. And so coming a veteran, retiring and trying to get back in the civilian community, it's actually been very beneficial
Yeah.
to work with people, work with veterans,
Yeah,
so
it's
that way you get
the
that
sense
still
of familiarity, that kind of thing.
helps with the
That is
transition.
awesome.
Sometimes
Hey,
it's way too familiar.
right? Yeah, no kidding. A little bit. Yeah. And speaking of familiar things, I think we're going to go to the break, and so
Okay, do that.
That seems pretty familiar to me.
All right.
What about you? Yeah. So we'll get right back to all these wonderful stories right after this break from our sponsors.
More Putting the Pieces Back Together with John Gallina and Brad Borders coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Oh, Military Makeover gave us a shout out in our own comment box.
Oh, that's sweet.
How
That is.
fun.
So who
We
is
love
that
Matthew.
behind
That's what they said.
the
We
military?
love Matthew.
And they love Matthew.
Yeah.
Do they love me?
At
I'm
Military
so
Makeover,
glad.
they
Yeah.
love Matthew.
They said
No,
they do.
we have such an amazing team behind the scenes. You know, we're located in Deerfield Beach, Florida. We have an amazing team, amazing studio. We're under Brandstar, which is the name of our company.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's right.
Military Makeover is one of our most successful show properties.
Yeah.
And so we do this 4 times a year in 4 different locations where we actually renovate a military veterans home
Yeah.
in 12 days, start to finish. And while we're doing that, we're doing a 12-day production at the same time. So it's pretty extraordinary what we do.
It is. It's a beehive of activity.
It is like you would not believe. And then this year, we started doing these bigger reveal events. So I'm really proud to say Morrisville is one of our second biggest. We're going to have food trucks,
Yeah.
DJ, bounce
Smash
houses,
burgers.
smash
Wow,
burgers.
yes.
Yes. So you're going to have to come out because it's going to be pretty extraordinary. You know, and we're in an HOA situation where we're at, so we're expecting like 200 to 300 people that are going to come
that'll be
and welcome
fantastic.
this military veteran home.
That is
cool.
going to be super
Very
cool.
cool.
Yeah. So
I mean,
that's gonna-
usually you don't think of HOAs as being awesome, but I guess in this particular case,
Can I just
wow.
tell
Yeah.
you, we were in Statesville. The people of Statesville were amazing. Mooresville has just opened up their arms to us.
That's really cool.
We have so many in-kind donations that have happened. You know, so it really can't happen without the support of the community.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm telling you, I'm ready to move to Mooresville or Statesville.
Come on, man.
It is just
Heck,
the-
everybody else is moving here.
I
You
know,
might as well
I
come
know,
too.
it's crazy. But the people here are just, they're the nicest people in the world.
lovely.
But I do want to give a shout out to my team or our team back at Brandstar. You saw that they're posting.
Absolutely.
They are the best, you know, the best in the business. I am so blessed to be working with them.
hey, everybody over there is so nice. Like they're all so easy to. I thought that that everybody's gonna be super pretentious, and because they're on a TV show, I was like, oh, they're gonna be so mean to me when I show up.
Oh, come on, Devin. Everyone who meets you loves you.
Well,
Come
thank you
on,
for
dude.
saying so. I think that
No,
I'm
no, no,
hard
no.
to ignore more
Small
than
doses.
anything.
It's
But
gonna be your taste.
they
He
were
was
just
getting in
so
trouble
nice.
on set today. He was a little bit loud, and Rick, our director, was a little bit, just a little loud, you know. Kind of weird for Devin because he's usually a shy,
I-
quiet type.
I have been yelled at by Rick.
Yeah. Well,
on
no.
3 different seasons of military
Get the
makeover.
record. Get the record. He's
Yeah,
going for
yeah.
a world record.
Yeah, but no Montel's coming in again to welcome
Yeah,
the veteran
when's
home.
Montel coming in?
He'll arrive on the 21st. He'll be at the event.
Okay, great.
And he welcomes the veteran home with our other 2 hosts, Art Edmonds and
Yeah.
Jennifer Bertrand, who I think was on the show earlier in the week.
We
Yeah,
had
so that's we did a pre-record there, and she's going to talk about she's talking about some things that haven't been revealed yet.
Oh,
so,
well then,
yeah.
you're going to see
Yeah.
Jennifer soon.
Well,
so-
we
That's
took
right.
we took Jen out to a local restaurant called Greg's Barbecue,
Oh, yeah.
and she got fried okra,
She did.
Oh.
Grilled
Yeah.
cheese sandwich and fried
grilled
okra.
cheese sandwich and fried okra. We had a blast with her.
So does that mean you're taking me out to
Heck
lunch
yeah, let's go, man.
Absolutely.
Because the water's just not coming.
There's no okra in here.
We meet every Thursday at the Wine Maestro. So if you're a Statesville local and you want to meet, well, Brad doesn't go, but
Well, I was
because
there
Brad
last
doesn't
time.
love me enough to have a drink with me after
No,
hours.
just
That's not true.
I love you enough. All right, here we go. Let's do it. We're going back live.
Bloomberg Radio.
Call now to speak with John Gallina and Brad Borders at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Putting the Pieces Back Together on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Hey, welcome back to Putting the Pieces Back Together. We're glad you're here. It's a beautiful Thursday. We have Leah Gutierrez
Yes.
from Purple Heart Homes, and she is running our veteran home ownership program and our opportunity program. And Matthew Hallman from Military Makeover. They're in Mooresville, trashing somebody's house and then putting it back together again.
I
'Cause
don't
that's
think
what
they really like you saying it like that. That's
Have you
not-
been to these things?
I haven't.
Yes. You gotta, if you're gonna make an omelet, you gotta break some eggs.
It's,
right? And
yeah,
so,
well, I guess so. It sounds kind of like boot
but,
camp. They tear it down
Yeah,
and build
that's
it
right.
back
You're
up.
gonna bring it right back up. And it is a Marine.
That's
so-
true.
Yes.
2 Marines.
2 Marines.
Dose
It's both-
Marines.
yeah,
Both
Ben
husband
and
and
Melissa
wife.
have both been in the military. So it's the first time we've ever done that.
That's pretty
So
cool.
that makes it really great for Mooresville as well. They have 5 beautiful children. I mean, the cutest children on earth.
Yeah.
And they've just been so grateful for everything we've done so far because we take them out on some adventures in the Mooresville
yeah.
area. So they've been biking, and it's so touching for me because I'm making a difference by doing this. And what has been the most important thing to me is I never knew any veterans. And all of a sudden, I've met all these amazing men
yeah?
and women who have served. And it's really given me, I just am really now more respectful of what they've done for our country and have had some stories that have brought me to tears since I've been doing this because they're just, y'all are real special human beings. And I really want to thank you for your service.
Oh,
and
man,
I mean
thanks,
that
Matthew.
wholeheartedly.
You are worth it.
Yeah. How long have you been with Military Makeover?
I've been at Brandstar for a year and a half. I work
Okay.
on all their Brandstar originals, and this is my this will be my 4th military makeover that
Okay.
I've done.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so-
and what's your role? What do you do?
I'm,
You're
you
the-
know what I am? I'm really the client liaison.
Okay.
So everybody or participant liaison, everybody who's a participant of the show, I kind of take care of, meet, greet, make sure they're taken care of properly, take care of anything they need while they're on set. Give them T-shirts that are co-branded with Purple Heart Homes.
Yes, very
Because Purple
important.
Heart Homes is our main, sponsor, and we love them. But yeah, I have the gift to gab, and I'm so blessed to be able to kind of share my thoughts, everything that I know with them, so that they're comfortable on camera
Yeah.
and they really enjoy.
So
their
like the
experience.
volunteers that show up, you're interfacing with them.
I interface with
The
volunteers.
contractors.
Everyone.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. Got
and
it.
it's just, they're giving so much of their time and their materials. We have so many in-kind donations and that, you said it right. Everybody's so nice on our set. We're so nice because we know how much everybody's given to us.
Yeah.
And you have to treat everyone with kindness.
Sure.
And the more you treat with kindness, the bigger and better this becomes.
Imagine that.
It's it's the way the world should be
If
running
only
now.
we could figure that out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no
on a
kidding,
larger
right?
scale.
Yeah, really.
That would be great.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm truly blessed. I'm so lucky to be working with them.
Oh man, we're thankful you guys are here. And so if you want to come out to the big reveal in Mooresville, it'll be on Sunday. I think everything kind of starts up around noon.
12 noon. We're going to be 12 noon, and then around 2:30, we're going to move everybody to the Veterans Home, and we'll do this big clapping, screaming, yelling, welcoming the vets back to their.
Where do the
their home.
smash burgers come in?
Those are actually at the pool area.
Okay.
And there'll be a
Awesome.
great food truck, so come on down and have some smash burgers.
That
trying
was
to put
the name of my punk band in
It was
1983,
not.
Smash Burger.
It was. It was.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No.
Smash Burger!
At some point, I'm going to get the picture down in the comments on Facebook, so the flyer, so you can see exactly all the
Yeah,
info
with the
there.
address and everything.
Yeah, 119 Dobbins Lane.
Dobbins Lane
Yeah.
in Mooresville.
Yeah, in Mooresville.
And everybody's going to meet at the pool house,
Correct.
and from there they're going to take a shuttle.
We have shuttles that take you to the Veterans Home, and we line you up. I mean, it's amazing that y'all will be lined up across the streets, and we bring them right down with a police escort, and
Pretty
we
fantastic.
really welcome them home. And then the surprise is when they walk in the door.
Absolutely.
I'm a little worried about the pool. I'm worried that that's going to turn into a scene from Caddyshack.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
What are you planning on doing?
I don't know, but I'm just a little worried about that. Turn all the Purple Heart Homes people. Where's a pool? We could get in it.
It could be worse. It could turn into a scene from Stripes.
This is true.
Could be
This
worse.
is true.
That's another story completely.
yeah, we'll get.
We did kind of think about that. The pool's going to be closed off.
Okay,
just
good.
so
That's
everybody's
good
safe
deal.
and sound.
Someone we know
I-
would surely
somebody
jump
from
into that thing.
You know who'll do it? Paul from Purple Heart Homes. He'll end up
Paul
in the
Cockrell.
pool. Or maybe Devin.
Devin.
Oh man, I mean, if the donation is large enough, I would be willing to jump in there with the clothes on.
Maybe we should do that. It's
Yeah.
not too late.
Devin.
You guys should come do your show live from the event.
Man, that would be cool. But then
Wouldn't
we
that be
couldn't.
cool?
I don't think we could broadcast it till y'all broadcast. See, there's so many.
Yeah, there
See,
are
but
some
there you
things we
are,
gotta
always
keep
worried
secret.
about appearances and just not going with your gut, man.
It was well. I read. I mean, it's about the contract. Is
that what it is?
Yeah, about the contract.
Corporate shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to do a plug. It's Military Makeover with Montel. It's on Lifetime, and we're going to be airing in September.
September.
Awesome.
So these
Yes.
episodes, if you are come out to the big reveal, you'll be on TV if you got
That's
a
right.
pretty enough face and loud enough voice.
Heck, even
You're
if you don't have a
standing in the
pretty
right
face,
place.
they put my face on there, so I know
Okay,
that
so
they take non-pretty
They
faces.
lowered standards.
That's right.
Okay,
yeah,
all right. You can be on TV on Lifetime.
We
That'd be
have
pretty cool.
participants that come in their branded shirts, and so they get great exposure. And
Absolutely.
and when I say it's going to be like 300 people there welcoming this vet home, it's pretty extraordinary.
Yeah, it'll be nuts. There'll be drones flying in the air, I'm
There
sure.
will be drones.
Yeah,
There'll be
it'll be
3
fantastic.
cameras shooting it.
The kind that take photos, not the kind that make
I
people.
wasn't thinking about that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where that was coming from.
I don't know. Like when
What
you say
planet are
drones,
you
my
on?
mind goes to the.
Are you thinking Ukraine or
Completely
something?
wiping stuff out.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. So what are you going to be doing at the big reveal, Devin?
I whatever Matthew tells me.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'll be
Good
doing.
answer.
That's it.
Good
I think
answer.
we've got 2 color guards coming. We actually have the Marine Corps League in Mooresville, and also the South Iredell JROTC,
Oh,
which
they're great.
is a Marine
Yes.
JROTC.
Go Vikings.
Because
They're really
we're going to
good.
have old and new, so the younger folks and the older folks. And when I say older folks, I think one of them's like 70-something, but one of them's like 40, so old like me.
Devin, did you get the flyover though? Do we have the jets flying over? with the
well-
red, white, and blue steam out the back?
Yeah, right.
No, but I was going to get a lot of balloons and just kind of strap onto my arms and jump off the roof and see what happened.
Yeah.
So,
Just a bunch of helium balloons. Float yourself up. Make
That's
sure you
right.
got a Red Ryder BB gun, and then shoot them as you want to come down.
But don't forget to wear your Purple Heart shirt.
That's
You're gonna
true.
do it. We want your logo
And I'll
and
eat
branded.
beans for dinner, so it'll be gas powered.
Oh my
So-
God.
I didn't know you could say that on radio either.
Well, that's, it's not one of the 7 words.
That's right.
And what are those words, Devin?
Oh, they're,
Almost gotcha.
He actually, he has me on videotape saying the word.
and
I'm worried
Yeah.
because that might come out somewhere.
Well, yeah, don't run for public office, That's all I'm saying.
No, I've got a lot of closets with a lot of skeletons.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. No way. No way. I'd run for about 5 minutes and then people would go, ooh, did you know this? And it'd be over. It'd be over. So,
Well, when those secrets come out, make sure you don't have a Purple Heart.
that's
song.
exactly
That's
right.
true.
You do not want me brand
I
alone.
will be like, I'll show up being the corporate
Yeah.
shill, be like, hey,
Yeah.
Brad, you can't wear
Yeah.
that.
Take that off. Yeah.
Oh, man. You know who's watching right now who shouldn't be?
Who?
John Gallina from a secret location.
Why, he's on
He
vacation.
is. I don't know what
Stop
he's doing.
working, brother.
So, John, if you can hear this,
Stop.
stop. Yeah,
Yeah.
stop. It's just- yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I thought John was going to be here, and I get Devin.
Wow, if that was just the first time that I had heard that. I think what we're going to, I'm just going to have to take a break right now. I don't think I can deal with anything after that
Oh,
comment.
it's opportune time.
Yeah. So everybody, we're going to take a break while I recover from Matthew's comment.
Yeah, we'll be back with Matthew and Leah right after these messages from our sponsors. Thanks for being here.
We'll be back with more of Putting the Pieces Back Together with your hosts, John Gallina and Brad Borders, after this short break on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Gonna leave on that note.
So we're going to have Leah back because we've just had so much fun talking
This
about
has
other
been
stuff.
fun.
Yeah. I know you haven't gotten a chance to talk a lot, but you live here, so
I do live here.
and now we'll just have to have
I
lots of
finally
conversation.
live here.
Where'd you
Finally,
come
where
from?
was what's finally?
So I left in '96,
Hmm.
and so I traveled and lived in various cities. So I'm Air Force brat, and so my dad retired in '92, '93, and that's when we moved here. My mom is from here, born and raised in the Cleveland.
Mount Ulla.
Yes, there you go.
Mount Ulla.
Yep,
Mount-
Ostwald, Amity Hill community.
Yeah, Mount Ulla.
Ulla.
I was
Yeah.
talking to somebody from Mount Ulla earlier today.
ULLAH. Ulla.
And
I'm not sure
Oats.
what a Ulla
don't
is,
know.
but it's the mount of it.
Hey, do they mention that in the Andy Griffin show, Mount Ulla?
No,
No,
it's
that's
Mount Pilot.
Pilot. Oh yeah.
They call it
That's-
Mount Pilot.
It's out near Mount Airy.
Huh? Well, it's fashioned after. It's a fictional city, but it's
That
fashioned
where
after Pilot
Gomer
Mountain.
Pyle was from?
Mayberry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
when you
so
go
back-
to
Oh my gosh.
Mount Airy, they got a downtown that has like the barber shop and the car and
Oh, wow.
like
really?
it's
That's where Andy
Yeah,
Griffith
you're
was
really
from.
close to there, by the way.
Oh, wow.
what
Maybe I'll go
45
check
minutes
that out.
if that.
Yeah, it's straight up 77. If you kept going north on 77, you can get to Mount Airy. You can go. The Andy Griffith Museum is there.
Wow, I wish I
Um,
had known that. 'cause
yeah.
I
You do
really
now.
would've
You got
done that.
time.
They
Well,
have.
I'm here till Sunday, but I have a few things I'm
Yeah, a little bit.
You
little
might-
responsible
Are you, like,
for.
doing things right
A
now?
little
or-
bit, yeah.
There's a really cool restaurant up there called Aunt Bee's.
Yes.
Oh, really?
And in the Andy Griffith show, there was a place called the Snappy Lunch.
Uh-huh.
They actually have a place called Snappy Lunch, and one of the things that you could get on the show, they would talk about eating was pork chop sandwich, and you can get pork chop sandwich.
I
That's
used to
snappy
love
lunch.
Aunt
Really
Bee.
good.
I wanted her to be my aunt.
There's a really cool book. There's a really cool book called Andy and Don that I read, and Aunt Bee was a very interesting lady. She was very contrary. She was kind of mean. Yeah, and she died alone in Siler City with 17 cats.
No
That's
kidding.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Yeah,
that is sad.
Andy Griffith and Ron Howard went to visit her one time. And that story was shared in that book. But fascinating friendship between Andy and Don Knotts. Fascinating. They were best friends for their whole lives.
Don Knotts he's so talented.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, he is. Oh,
what a
absolutely.
I
legend.
remember him in the Mr. Limpet.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever the fish.
He turned into a fish.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
movie
the
as a
shakiest gun in the
kid.
West. Apple
Yeah.
Dumpling Gang.
Yeah,
Oh,
Apple Dumpling Gang.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
all about that.
Yeah.
Apple
Awesome.
dumpling.
Here we go. Let's do it.
North Main Street, Mooresville.
Now, back to Putting the Pieces Back Together with your hosts, John Gallina and Brad Borders on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Hey, welcome back to Putting the Pieces Back Together. We've had an awesome show today, and it continues if you're still listening, if you haven't left by now.
I know.
So,
I heard like several people this week tell me that they actually listen and watch our show.
actually, literally.
Yeah, I was just dumbfounded. Can you
I
tell
thought it
my
was
voice?
just us coming in here weekly talking to each other. I didn't actually know another human actually listened to this show.
No.
Fuzzy's Appliances listens to our show.
Really?
Yeah, he actually said, y'all had a pretty funny show.
Well, so I went to Richard's Coffee Shop today. There was some filming of some sort going on there.
Military Makeover. Military Makeover.
I've never heard of that. Well, it's interesting.
That's funny because you were quite boisterous there this morning.
Yeah. Well,
That's a name for
I was talking to our like our 4 fans. They were all at one table.
Like devil dog,
they're like, I
That's
see
funny.
you on the podcast thing. I was
That's
like,
right.
oh yeah.
That's right. Hey, let me enlighten everybody some events that we just had. Last week we had the kayak fishing tournament, Real Heroes, raised over $44,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
That was
Awesome.
just the check
That's
they
awesome.
presented.
Yes.
The final count isn't in for all the extra stuff that
The donations and
oh,
everything. It had to be
Wow.
close to 100K. I mean, just with all the stuff that was donated.
It was amazing. I think they had like $90,000 in donated materials.
Yeah,
They
it was
ended up
incredible.
doing giveaways,
Yeah.
and
And the veteran from Military Makeover and his son got to fish in the tournament.
nice.
they
Yeah.
did, and
Yeah.
you can see more about that on the show. We won't give
Coming
away.
up in September.
in
I just know
September,
they,
right,
I know
yeah,
they were
it's,
able to fish.
They
So
were
that's
able to
cool.
fish,
they
and there was
were-
a really cool thing that happened. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah,
And they were blown away by
Yeah.
the kayak. Pretty fantastic.
that is really cool. Yeah. So Lou Watson, who we had on the show last week,
Solid dude. Oh
solid
man,
dude,
they
he had a
threw
concert and you were there.
I was
Did you do a stage dive?
I tried to, but nobody would catch me. They just kind of moved out of the way, so I
was like the parting of
sauntered
the-
off.
Party of the Red Sea.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
For a stage dive, everybody move.
But they were awesome. It was great bands. If you
Yeah, it
missed
was
it,
great.
we're going to do this again next year. So hey, come on out for that. But they raised almost $5,000.
That is incredible.
And,
Thanks, Lou. We appreciate
and thank
you, brother.
to Amos's of South End. They did not charge us the normal fees that they normally do, so they're really awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this weekend, obviously, July 21st, the reveal day for Military Makeover. You can come out. You can eat a smash burger. You can't swim in the pool,
Can't swim in the pool.
but you can welcome this family home. These 2 Marines and their kids. You can welcome them home to their newly renovated house, and that's going to be a big deal. Starts at noon. The big reveal happens sometime
Around
after that, 2:30, 3 o'clock.
You know, the food trucks are donating some of the money that they bring in to the actual Marine veterans.
That's
just so you
amazing.
know.
Wow.
So,
That's amazing.
I mean, most everything has been donated for this event. So again, a big shout out to Mooresville
That's super
and the
cool.
adjacent little cities around here because you guys really have come out for us. And we
That's a great
appreciate
So
it.
you're going to stuff your face this weekend anyway. So come stuff your face for a veteran.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and then coming up September the 12th, we've got our annual Patriot Clays Challenge to be held at beautiful Hyatt Farms down in Polkton, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Right. Home of it's named after James K. Polk.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. James K. Polk, President of the United States, was born in North Carolina.
27th
So-
president? I can't remember.
I don't know what number he was, but I know he wasn't a very good president, though.
No, he
That's
was
what it
great.
was. Oh, he
If
was?
you-
He was
Cra-
great?
You should Crash Test Dummies have a great song about that. You
About
should-
James K. Polk
they
being
do.
a great president?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then coming up October the 5th, our annual cycling event called Take That Hill. We just got a new sponsor today for Take That Hill.
Did we
The
really?
Taylorsville Savings Bank.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow,
Carrie,
that's awesome.
Yeah, Carrie, the CEO up there, she just called me today. We're super excited to have them. It's a brand new sponsor for us, and we're really glad to have them on board. And not only that, she has completed 5 Ironman triathlons.
Oh, wow.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
Wow, that's
President of the
amazing.
bank is a stud. So,
that-
and she's
that
going to
is
ride in it.
great.
Nice.
And,
So,
you know, there's like, what was there, 3 different levels you can do on Take That Hill?
There's actually 4 things that you can do. If you ride a bike, you can ride a 35-mile, a 60-mile, or an 80-mile route. And obviously the 80 miles is a little more difficult than the 35, you know,
How so?
a little bit, just because it's longer, right? You know, I don't know if you know much about physics, but the longer you
I'm a
ride, the worse
Marine,
it hurts.
so,
Yeah, the more it hurts. Right? So, but then also too, there is the Take That Hill workout of the day led by Go Ruck legend Joe Baker.
Oh, yeah. Well, there is a 5th option.
Yeah, you hang out at Southern Distilling.
And
It's Southern Distilling and have some libations.
Do arts and
Libations, exactly.
You
Libations.
can color with me, Devin.
Oh, that's
You
right.
can do
And
arts
Leah,
crafts
so this is
station.
a great time to introduce.
Yeah.
Leah is leading the children's activities for the day at
Oh,
Take That
wow.
Hill.
So we can color.
and doing games and
So
color
we
and have
could-
libations.
What flavor of crayons are you
So
going
you're
to
only
have?
getting the 5 colors. And they're the jumbo ones, so they should keep you occupied for
Oh,
a while.
that's
You can
great.
grab 'em like this.
So this is family friendly, is what we're
Yes.
saying.
It
This
is
is an event for the whole family.
friendly.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you can color or drink the libations.
Libations, yeah.
I
So
know
you
it's-
can go to our website, phhusa.org, and find out about all of these things. And so we've been joined on the show today by Matthew from Military Makeover and Leah, who works at Purple Heart Homes and runs our tiny home operation and keeps all of that organized. And we're super thankful that both of y'all are here. And it's serendipitous that you're both here because we're both talking about helping veterans in different ways through our
Absolutely.
partnership with Military Makeover and through what we do with our tiny home program, which started as a dream. I remember John Gallina walking in my office and going, "Yeah, we're going to start building tiny homes." And I was like, "Dude, you're a nut. You are a nut. Why would we do that? Well, I mean, we already got enough to do, and then now we got more to do." And what I've learned about my relationship with John over the years is that every time I think he's got a crazy idea and it can't happen, I should just stop
It's like it's going to come to fruition.
and just go.
When are we going to do it?
Let's just see what happens, right? Because he's liable to make it happen. And over the years, I mean, it has really turned into something that I think 5 years from now is going to be light speed ahead of where we are now. I don't know. What do you project?
So, I mean, especially with Camp for Heroes and Veteran Farms and Fifth Street Ministries that are purchasing these homes for their organization
Yeah.
to help veterans on their side.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is becoming more and more involved in the veteran community, not just, giving a home to a local veteran, but I mean, it's getting broader.
Yeah.
We have organizations that are wanting to get involved with it too.
What do you when you think about 5 years from now? What do you see?
Gosh, like how many we're building?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you could, like 5 years from now, if we
John
could be
wants
doing this.
100 a year.
Oh, wow.
100 a year.
Yeah, I think we could. I mean, and too, once it gets bigger, you'll have more employees, and we can start escalating. We can start moving quicker.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's been a slow process because everything's lessons learned.
Yeah.
But we're taking those lessons and now we're applying it.
Yeah.
And now it's going to become almost a whole process to where it's just rolling down the warehouse
Just
and
the
out
next
the door.
thing is the next thing, and
Yeah.
everybody knows it.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
you got a great team of folks out
We
there.
have a wonderful team.
Yeah, we've got a couple of veterans working out there. We've got
Yeah.
a Marine.
A Marine, that's right.
So
Yeah.
we're going to have another Marine start Monday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we could announce that. I was pretty excited. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name?
Kel? I just know his first name.
Kel?
Kel, yeah.
K-E-L.
L.
That
K-E-L-L.
sounds like somebody that would be related to Superman.
I'll have to
Kal-El.
tell him
That's
that.
Kal-El. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a
But,
comic
yeah.
book nerd.
Yeah.
That slipped out
We
very
nerded
quickly.
out
didn't it?
real quick.
I know,
that
I know.
was-
The Army, they're starting to get drowned out.
Well, it's so I already love that dude because he showed up 21 minutes early
He
for
did.
his interview.
Yes.
He
Brad
did.
and I were like, that guy.
He did. He showed up, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" "Yeah, I'm fine, sir."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "You in the military?" "Yes, sir, I was." And he went in. I brought him in the conference room. I came back in. He was standing at parade ready. I was like, "As you were, bro. You're good."
Yeah, you're good. Relax. Relax.
Yeah.
We're all veterans here. We're
That's fantastic. Well, Matthew, what are you looking forward to about this weekend? We just got a couple minutes left.
I just think I'm looking forward to bringing the military veteran family home and watching the surprise and just
It's gonna be
joy that's
joyous,
going to
man.
happen on their face. and then just, really thanking the community by doing this kind of celebration event, so that people can really come out and see what we do and realize that we really do give back to the community.
You really do.
And,
We had Muggsy Bogues at the last one.
we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we
And
did.
He's not a tall man.
No, which surprised me, actually.
Right? Yeah.
That
He's an
surprised
NBA
you?
basketball player. Well, I always
Yeah,
remember he was
yeah.
short.
Well-
So he's 5'4".
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
played
and
in the NBA. It's incredible. Absolutely
Well,
incredible.
Matthew, I just want to say that thank you so much for being on here today.
Absolutely.
You are absolutely wonderful in everything that you're doing there, and you've always been kind every time I've came, despite how loud and annoying I am. And
He's
I
in
really
the right
appreciate
job,
that.
man.
And,
You're
yeah.
really in the right job. You're in your wheelhouse, bro.
Thank you.
So-
Hey, and I want to give a shout out to Purple Heart Homes, because we couldn't do it without you guys. And Devin, I know I give you a lot of, not going to say that
Yeah,
word.
right.
But,
That's one of the 7.
but you are one of my favorite dudes, and I just thank you guys at Purple Heart
Awesome, man.
Homes so much. And
Thank you.
what you're doing,
Yeah.
it's simply amazing.
Thank
So
you, guys.
Thank
Thank you guys for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
You guys
Hey,
are
come
awesome.
see us on the 21st at 12 p.m. in Mooresville for Military Makeup.
See you next week.
You've been listening to Putting the Pieces Back Together, brought to you by Purple Heart Homes. Please consider making a donation to this worthwhile cause dedicated to improving the lives of veterans one home at a time by visiting purplehearthomesusa.org. Join us again next Thursday at 3 p.m. for Putting